What's good, people? What is good? What is good? It's your boy Hassan. I might have to open up with a different line, man, because I always be like, "What's good? What's good?" Sometimes, sometimes motherfuckers might be like, "Ain't shit good." That's why I'm logging off.
You might have to say, "What's bad, nigga?"
Well, I mean, it's good to keep it the same way because that's a catchphrase and everybody know that's your intro. But you do what you feel, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like that, Hawk. I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Another day, another week, another month, another round. We in the building.
Another round, good people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but we got a special guest co-host with us tonight. He's been here before,
yes, sir.
havoc and shit. He's back. You know, we haven't seen him in a while. We got writer, author extraordinaire. We got Mr. Sean A. Wright.
What's going on? I want to thank y'all for having me back. Like I was wondering, I thought my phone was broke. I was expecting this call like months ago, but T-Mobile be fucking up.
Nah, you know what it is. Like, me and Hawk had a long talk. We said you was getting a little cocky on that last one. You know what I'm saying? We said we have to put this dude on timeout for a second. Cursing everybody out.
You pulled the Andre and Puff on me. Got it. Got it.
All right, but listen, man, y'all know what this is, man. This is like some real barroom talk. This is when you just kicking it, but we doing it from the comfort of our own homes, but we still got the drinks because that's the basis of the show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to our drink of choice a little later, but there's a couple of things I wanted to talk to my brothers about, and I wanted to get your opinion. Now, remember, y'all. Okay, how can I put this? Hawk, sometime I believe this is what I think. I think he's always been the quote unquote the good guy, which means he tries to understand where people are coming from. He's like, he's very laid back and cool. And he's like, yo, no, my brother, I don't think that's it, my brother. No. And I believe that's just his caliber. That's just who he is. But what's starting to happen is it's starting to make me look bad because I've been getting calls and shit like that. And everybody go, why can't you be like Hawk? I go, because I am who I am. If I think it's some fuckery going on, I'm going to call it. He might, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't black or white. Sometimes it's gray. You know what I mean? So, and I'm going to call it. So for y'all who got a problem with me, but I know some of y'all that love me, I get those emails. Cheers to you.
So listen. I'm gonna just say this, and as your big cuz, you ain't gotta explain shit to nobody, and I'm gonna just tell you why. Everybody is who they are. Okay. And I've always tried to look on the, how can I put it? I always try to see the other side of everything because it just allows me to get a better understanding of whatever it is that we're dealing with, arguing about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to try to be more logical about the entire situation, I try to understand their standpoint. And if I can't understand it, then they're assholes. No, but but if I can't understand this side of it, then we're just gonna agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But I like you said, I've always rolled that way, even from when I was a kid. Yeah. You know, I remember I was like 15 years old when I was pledging my youth fraternity, and one of the big brothers asked me a question, and I responded probably not the way he wanted, because I'll never forget it. He's like, "Shut up. You're too damn loud." I was like,
"Shut up."
He was like, "You're too logical." I was like, well, and I'm saying to myself, well, doesn't he want a logical answer? I'm like, damn, all right, whatever. So, and again, I was 15, so I've pretty much always been that way. But like I said, if somebody's saying or doing some asshole shit, I'm gonna call them out on it. So.
I'm with that. You know me. Here's what I think. everything you just said, I definitely agree. But I believe when people say, "Oh my God," like when you and Hawk debate and talk about stuff, I think it's not what I say. I think it's because I'm so loud. I've been a loud person ever since I was a kid. I can't help it.
You mean it's how you say it?
Yeah, it's just how I say it. So it could be something good. It could be
That has a
something
lot
good.
to
It
do
don't
with
even have to be nothing bad. I could just be like, let's just say if we're talking about sneakers, I'm just making something up.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, yo, you seen those new Jordans? And I'll be like, because if it's something that I like, or I'm just a loud person, I'll be like, yo, I got shit's fine. And yo, I got family members that be like this. I'm down. Take it easy. I'll be like, I'm not excited. I just like maybe because I got ears from the studio and I can't hardly hear shit now. I just talk loud.
Right.
So whoever, I'm saying, I just wanted to put it out there that, I'm gonna speak my mind and do what I do. And I was about to say kiss my ass, but that's a lie. I don't really I don't really mean that. But I mean, I'm glad that we have you here today, Mr. Wright, because it's a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I jotted them down. So today we're just going to toss around a couple of current events, and I want to know you guys' opinion because I'm passionate about one or two of these.
Okay.
All right. First up is this. And I know some people are tired of talking about it, but I need to know your opinion on this. Recently, it was confirmed and heard that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith just started on Bad Boys 4. So they started in pre-production and then they started with production. So they're in the midst of shooting now. Now, with saying that, and for me to be a huge Bad Boys fan, are you guys like, how can I put it? I'm not sure how y'all felt after the Will Smith slap, but do you think enough time has passed? Like, are you okay with getting Will Smith back out there? Because it ain't just Bad Boys. He just got approved to do the sequel to what's the one he played the genie? Aladdin.
I'm about to say Kazam.
But he got approved to do that. That's so and then him and Kevin Hart are gonna redo, they're making a remake of one of my favorite holiday films, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So, and that had the great Steve Martin and the late John Candy in it. And that movie, I watched that every Thanksgiving. That's like that shit is funny as
great movie. Yeah.
Great movie. So Will and Kevin Hart got approved. This was during COVID. That the script, they was getting everything together and they were gonna remake the movie. But after Will smacking fire out of Chris, I didn't hear, a lot of his movies got pushed back and stuff like that. So now they're back on track and they're talking about getting it done. But Bad Boy, let's talk about the subject at hand. Bad Boys 4 is shooting right now. Are you guys like, are you okay? Like, are you past I'm gonna go last, but are you guys past the whole slap thing? And how did it affect you? Like some people was like, listen, it was an accident, made a mistake. Some people was like, that's that privilege shit. He think he could do what he want, and he didn't even leave the actual what is it? I'm about to say Grammys. Oscars. He didn't leave the Oscars, and he partied the night away after what he did. So first, let me know how you felt about it, and then let me know, are you past it and you okay with the Bad Boys Force? I'm gonna go with you first, Sean.
When it happened, I remember I didn't see it live. My notifications were going crazy, right? So I jumped online and I saw it. And when it happened, I was just like, that was some weak ass shit. You know what I mean? It was weak, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to look at things through a different set of lenses. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to psychoanalyze, like, what made him snap like that? You know what I mean? And I started looking at both sides of the coin. Doesn't make it right by any stretch of the imagination, but every man has a breaking point. Every person has a breaking point, and we don't know what his breaking point might have been. He might have told Chris Rock, "Hey man, when you go up there tonight, Say one word about Jada, I slap shit out you, boy. So if that happened, then now if I don't slap you, I'm a pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, so I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, damn, what made him snap like that? I knew it comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? It could have been all the disrespect with the August Alsina and how Jada just be treating him in the public eye anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, do I feel enough time has passed? I'm gonna tell you why. Yes. We live in a time now because of social media that hot topics only last a week, 10 days, 14 days at the most. It's so much shit that come along that'll make you forget about that shit. That's why, like when Malik Yoba went on the Breakfast Club and said he's attracted to transgender women. Everybody like, oh, he came out the closet. Oh, he's over. I said, no, he's not. People are doing that now because they know in a week something else will happen that'll take away from what I did. Nobody even talks about the Malik Yoba shit no more because he suffered through the ridicule for 7 days.
I didn't even hear that shit.
Oh no, I remember that. They was like, oh yeah. How many years ago was that, Sean?
About 4 years ago.
Yo, yeah, it was. Yeah, you probably wasn't even paying attention to it, Hawk, because it got crazy because there's people like y'all know my business partner, KB.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in a fraternity with Malik Yoba. I think Malik Yoba is in his fraternity. He was like, and I remember all the. Say it again.
I said they're in the same frat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's I'm 90% sure. I'm 90% sure. But I know he knows Malik Yoba good. I met him in passing. I don't know him. He ain't my boy or nothing like that. But I remember when that shit happened, I was like, uh-oh. Because it's not that I care if he like trans, like people, I don't know what to call them. They, them, like, I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
And I believe you have a right to love and be with whoever you want to be with. But knowing how close-minded the world is to a lot of things, I said too in my mind, I was like, oh, he's in trouble. But it ain't like his career was like flourishing, like super big. It ain't like back in the day with, what's that show? New York Undercover. You know, so, but I did think, I was like, oh shit. And Sean, you're right. It did blow by kind of fast. Now, because there's so many, you know, it's the whole, hopefully I say it right. The LGBTQ. Ain't
plus.
it after that? Plus. LGBTQ plus. Since there's so many strong individuals out there and who are proud with their shit now, I'm thinking back of it now, I could kind of see why it didn't last. It didn't last long. People are going to say what they say, but it's not going to last. The Will Smith shit to me is a different story. Like I think his shit was way different, and that's just my opinion. I still ain't gonna voice my opinion yet, but but Sean, you saying you good with it going, like moving forward with his career now?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if he'd have did that at the mall, what would have been like? At the end of the day, for some reason, he felt disrespected. He you know, he channels him to old fashioned fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because it was televised and he had the balls to get up there and do it in front of millions of people. You know what I mean? And again, how long do you, the question, the bigger question is, how long do you condemn somebody for doing what they do? You know what I mean? He was booted from the academy, whatever the fuck that means. You know, I don't know if he had to turn in his famous blazer from Fresh Prince, the one he used to wear inside out. I don't know if they made him. I don't know if they made him turn that over. I don't know if they made him switch rooms with Hillary. I don't know what the fuck they did. but enough is enough, man. Like, okay, no, his apology was weak. You know what I'm saying? His apology was horrible. But at the end of the day, we live in a world where the wheels on this bus that we call life have to keep moving. And especially when you're in the public eye, I mean, that man make what, 20 million a movie, 10, 15, 20 million a movie. He's still a draw. Right? So it'll be bad business go. First of all, Universal in all the movie houses, they don't care you slap that nigga. They don't give a fuck about that. We need Bad Boys 4. Matter of fact, we need you to slap somebody in the next bad boy because you don't never hit nobody. All you do is drive that funky ass car. so the world, people just move past it now because there's so much other shit. Like, say if this is the if this is what you did, right? As each passing moment with social media and the internet, every moment it goes like this. It pushes your situation further and further out of the public eye. You know what I mean? So I knew that shit was gonna fucking blow over because he's a monster.
I just want to ask you this real quick before I go to Hawk. Remember, I totally get what you're saying, but my question is, we knew sooner or later, like you said, if he's a draw, they're gonna be like, it's all about the bread,
right?
It's about that paper. So that none of us should be shocked or surprised. My question is to you, to Sean Wright, are you okay with it? That it's moving forward? Not that you knew Hollywood was going to do it.
No, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So you said you're fine with it. Hawk, how about you?
Yeah. That's the short answer.
Word to go, that's
it. The long answer is, well, I got to start with this. Number one, he's not the first celebrity to have done something so public and so stupid that people are going to get at him for it. He's not the first celebrity that's done something dumb or the first celebrity that's being looked at about, oh, you shouldn't have done that. That was whack. That was wrong. That was, there are too many to name, and I'm not even going to get into them, but he's not the first to have done something like that where people say, yo, that was kind of foul. He's also not the first celebrity to have rebounded from his mistake or his faux pas or whatever have you.
Or his what?
Oh,
his faux pas.
He took it to the faux pas.
His faux pas.
Okay.
You ain't even there, Sean. And wait, and you the author. Look it up.
Hey, no. Listen, I don't even know what it means, but that shit going in my new book. I'm gonna say that shit wrong and everything. Yeah, nigga had on a red Nike hoodie and a pair of matching faux pas.
He's stupid. Oh,
go ahead. Anywho. I'm sorry.
Ain't old uppity nigga.
Anywho, so and to that end, the real question is, I mean, is there actually a legitimate timeline for forgiveness? You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I think it should be, I think it's maybe or yes, but I think it's on a sliding scale due to the severity of the act.
Or not to cut you off, or what if we're looking at this the wrong way? The only person if I'm Will Smith, the only person I need forgiveness from is the nigga I hit. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck what y'all think.
Right.
Y'all tripping with that one. You tripping with that one. So listen.
But
okay,
anyway,
I got a comment on that part.
Go ahead.
The Chris Rock, you're right. That's the priority. But you do need forgiveness because these are the people, the reason why you're making the money. So so you should care. That's why when people have these attitudes. But I'm gonna let you finish, Hawk. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Okay.
So and I think it's a real question because it's like, okay, well, how long should we admonish you, or how long should we punish you? The same argument can be made for people who commit crimes. Like after you've committed your crime, after you've done your time, how long should we look at you for what you did as opposed to who you are now, or as opposed to what you can become? You understand what I'm saying? So for example, you did a 5-year bid because you were selling drugs. You out. And now you're trying to get a job. People looking at your resume. Where you been the last 5 years? Oh, I did a 5-year bid selling drugs. Oh, okay, thanks a lot. You know what I'm saying? They're still holding that against you And the bottom line is, you already done paid your debt to society, technically, and now you trying to make it, and it's still being held against you. And I'm not saying that people don't have that right to feel that way or think that way, but this is very similar. It's not it's not dissimilar at all. People are looking at you. All right, you committed this act, and it was screwed up. It was on international TV, but you kind of made some bullshit apology, and Chris Rock didn't want to make a whole lot of it, and supposedly they've since squashed it.
Not that I heard.
And so
I didn't hear that either.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. But to that end, how long? Well, I say squash because he didn't want to press charges.
Oh, okay.
All right, he didn't want to press charges.
I agree with what Jim Carrey said. When you talk to iconic figures, like people, not regular money, like you making money, like, okay, you know, all my bills is paid, I could travel the world and do, that's regular money. I'm talking about wealthy people.
Right.
Rich and wealthy is two different things.
Rich ass Negroes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when you talk about wealthy people, they're not going to be held accountable to shit. And they're used to getting away with shit. So I agree with Jim Carrey. He goes, I ain't ever had no beef with Will Smith. He go, but if he did that shit to me, I'd sue that motherfucker for $300 million.
Okay. Well,
now you go a big number. Of course, you're not going to get that. But the only way you're going to make a person realize what they did wrong is if they got to pay for it.
Right.
And wealthy people, that's the only way is when it comes to their money.
Hit them in the pocket. Right. Exactly. And that's how you take care of them. And that's what gets their attention.
Exactly. Oh, that's it.
I gotta give all this money for that.
You know? See, but what I don't like, I mean, I get what you and Sean are saying, but what I don't like is this. Me personally, the question I ask, I say, hell no. Hell no. I ain't passed it yet. Now, I'm a Bad Boys fanatic, and I love Will Smith. And I know I've done crazy shit before. And you go, damn, what the fuck was I thinking? But to go against what Hawk just said, he said that's like somebody doing I think he said breaking and entering. I forgot what you said. Yeah, did time. 5 years. At the end of the day, they did 5 years.
Right.
What the fuck did Will Smith do?
No, but here's my point. You did your time, you paid your debt, but there are people who are still looking at you foul for doing what you did, and you already paid your debt. You understand what I'm saying?
But Hawk, what he's saying is, if let me jump in real quick. Because I was going to say the same thing. Will Smith, and I see what Ha's saying. He kind of got off scot-free. You understand what I'm saying? What he should have done was, even if you faked it, took some sort of anger management class or took some sort of something. to show the world that hey, I'm trying to pay my pittance, if that's the word I'm looking for what I did. But he kind of smacked him, went out and partied, laid low for a little while, and now he's back. He should have done something.
Okay, and I agree. I get that. Now look, let's not that it means a whole lot. Don't mean shit to me. Probably doesn't mean shit to him either. But let's not forget that he has been banned from the Academy for X amount of years.
Okay, hold that. I'm glad you brought that up. He's banned from the Academy for 10 years. He can't go.
Right? He can't go to the awards.
But he can still be nominated.
He's no longer in the he's no longer a member.
Yeah, but hold on, listen to me. Mm-hmm. Most people who I know, they don't even want to go to that shit. Mm-hmm. They just have to. They go, same way I just told you about, what you call it, Sean?
All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend. I didn't want to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go. You got to do the meet and greet. So, you know what I mean? People go, oh, I don't really want to go to that shit. Whatever. So they saved him the trouble. You banned him for 10 years. He can't go, but he could still be nominated?
But he could probably still be nominated, but guess what? He can't vote.
Who cares?
He probably does. He's out the academy.
Dude.
Right? But let me just finish my point. Let me just finish, and then you can have the mic. Let me just finish. So my bottom line is, and this is probably too broad a question, and because everything has a different timeline. How long should it take, boy, before we say, okay, you're good? And that's for anything. Like I said, that's for the criminals. That's for somebody who does something stupid. That's for your girl who did something ridiculous and didn't treat you right on your birthday. That's for anything that occurs. What's the timeline? There's no answer.
But Mark, at some point, he has to pay full par.
Yeah, yes, and not wear it. Right, like so.
But
right, but you're right.
Okay, so basically, you're saying too that you good with it. We could just. It's time.
Listen, I mean, you talking about Bad Boys, but he already got a movie out. I don't know how the hell he's doing.
Emancipation.
I ain't watched that shit.
That's my point.
I'm sorry. I got to be honest with you, because people keep thinking about just Will Smith, and to me, I'm about to make this personal. I'm about to make this personal, and I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't know.
Oh God,
Sean is a funny dude, because let me tell you what Sean does.
We already know that. We don't.
Yeah, I don't know how many arguments, or I wouldn't say arguments, debates that we've had throughout the years. For everybody to know, I'm not talking about how I've known you since I was 7. I'm talking about grown up,
right?
Arguments. And he's quick to, here's his favorite tagline. He don't really do it no more, because we ain't really around each other like that no more. But his favorite line in like the early 2000s, like the late 90s and early 2000s, that's when we still at the studio in Manhattan. We get into a debate and there's other people around. His favorite line is, I ain't one of these minions. I ain't one of these motherfuckers that's gonna agree with you, Hasan. Everything's so and so. And I was like, okay, hold on now. Calm down. There have been quote unquote minions around. But everyone's not a minion. If somebody's agreeing with me, but you used to be like, nah, these motherfuckers will just say yes to you, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
There's some people that got hit. Right? I did hit some people with straight bullets. Sorry.
No. But guess what? There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just bringing this up to let you know. That's how I feel about Will Smith. You talk about a couple of minions that might be around, whether it's an event or studio or something like that. Will Smith got a world of minions. And if you don't have someone to hold you accountable, I find that to be bullshit. Now, I get it. He's very well. He's a human being. People do dumb shit. He like, oh, what was I thinking, or whatever. But he has not been held accountable. That's all I'm saying. If they ban, let's just say if they said, you can't even have no movies nominated, like you're done, whatever. He dug that hole, so he got to deal with that. But you telling me a year or a year and a half goes by and his life, like he just came out with a TikTok video and he basically was making light of the whole shit. It was some girl saying, if you look at things in life, like if you hold up a pen and you ask that pen, how does it feel about you? In your mind, the pen will answer. Like, I like the way you write these things, or I write the blah. It was some young girl. So now Will got the
split screen
joint. So he's sitting there like this, listening, but making a joke out of it. And she goes, just pick up anything. He picks up the damn Oscar award and looks at it. So you making light of the whole shit. To me, that means you ain't learned your lesson yet, bro. And to me,
I can see that.
Yo, and to me, it's like, so everything. So now watch this. I'm willing to let it slide if we heard on the news, Chris Rock and his people ran up on him and beat the brakes off him. Then I go, he did something, as you used to say, Sean, bless back.
Mm-hmm.
If they got into it and Chris Rock got a couple of those in, All right, cool. They handled it like men. But for you to be like, oh, he's banned. Yo, this dude, literally, we're not thinking about the victim. We keep talking about him. And but watch this. Let's not be hypocrites. We the victims, man. I was joking.
That's what I'm laughing at.
I knew that's why you was laughing. But let's really think about it. The answer both of y'all gave, and y'all like, yeah, man, blah blah blah. We ain't gonna let it go. I want y'all to be 100% honest with me. If that shit was you on stage and he smacked fire out of you like that, you okay with shit going back to normal this fast? Remember now, you're on national TV.
And this is why. And this
30
is why.
million people? Was it 30 million?
30 million.
30 million people.
But this is why.
Insulted, dude, he smacked you like a woman.
But here's the thing. You can't ask me that because this is why I give Chris Rock so much praise. In that moment, I'm fucking you up.
He'd have walked away. I'd have been like, ah!
Listen,
jumped on his back.
And that nigga fixed his fucking triple-breasted suit and walked off. Hell no, nigga. That nigga did. First of all, he slapped you like how they used to do. They take the gloves off back in the day. He gave an 18th century medieval slap, and then he turned your. First of all, you never turn your back on nobody. You slapped me and turned your back on me. I wouldn't have been like. In other words,
he think Chris is pussy.
Right, but then Chris said, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. Let me tell you something. The next day, it would have been that viral video would have been way longer. The headlines would have said Sean Wright and Will Smith was fighting at the Oscars.
So, I gotta say this because, and I gotta answer it this way, as Mark Robert Johnson, alias the Hawk, the civilian, had that happen to me, I would have brought the most appropriate and most immediate response at that time.
Okay.
Which would be to slap the dog shit out his ass.
There we go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. However, if I were Hawk the comedian, Hawk the actor, Hawk the whatever, let's say if I was as prominent as Chris Rock was or is, I can't say that I would, but I probably would have reacted the way he did. Why? Because everything is about image and money at that level.
No. Okay, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but no, I agree with that. I'm on your side. I would have did the same thing Chris Rock did. I wouldn't have wilded out. Like right. We sitting there joking, like I'd have jumped on his back. But I said this before. I'm not sure if we said it on the show or we said it before. But yeah, I would be like, I'm not even going to stoop to that level. But what I will say is, once they said cut, I'm fucking him up, bro. I'm sorry. It ain't. Yo, on site. On site. So I'm not saying what he did was wrong. I'm asking you, if you would have been on that stage and made the joke about Jada and he walked up there, the exact same thing, and he didn't just push you or pop you in your mouth, you know, like how your parents go, shut up. Mm-hmm. Nah, he smacked fire out of him. Mm-hmm. Then turned around, grinned, and walked away, then cursed him out in the audience. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I forgot about that part.
All I'm asking you is, I'm not saying how you would, because I would have handled it just like Chris Rock as well. What I'm asking you is, in this short amount of time, for his career to be back on track, would you be okay with that? That means no.
No, I'm thinking about it because I'm putting myself in Chris's position. Because before I was responding to it as a civilian. So now I'm Chris Rock. Am I okay with his career getting back on track?
It's fast. We knew it was going to come sooner or later. Inevitable. It was coming. So what I'm saying to you, it hasn't even been a long period where he hasn't suffered a bit. Nothing.
That's right. That's true.
That shit means nothing, Hawk. That shit means nothing. He could win an Oscar for, what's the name of that movie, Sean?
Emancipation.
He could win an Oscar for that shit next year. And they just go, he's not here to accept the award. So you get the luxury of winning an award and not having to go to all that meet and greet, where most of the time they hate half the people that's there anyway. So the only ones excited about going there are people that's new to the game.
I'm just gonna say this, because this is how I truly feel about it. Because, like I said, at some point you just got to move on with it. And I forget which record it was, but I think Tupac said something similar.
Yeah, he said, "Hit him up." No, I'm just
no. He said something to the effect of, I still want you to eat, but we can't eat at the same table no more. Meaning that I still want you to get yours, but you fucked me over, and so we can't rock like that more. But we can't rock like that no more. But I still want you to get yours. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. I guess we're at this stage where it should be a agree. You know, that's my favorite line now.
Agree to disagree.
To disagree. And because to me, I can't make either one of you feel the way I feel. Y'all can't make me feel the way you feel.
And I don't disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with you. But here's the biggest thing for me. And this may be coming from my previous life of law enforcement, but let's be honest. He committed a crime on international TV.
Yep.
He committed a crime.
Yep.
That he could have been arrested for right there on site.
Facts. I'd have been like, take his ass in.
But
what's his real name? Willard or Wilbur?
Willard Smith. Willard.
Yeah, Willard Smith. Arrest him. Take him, officers. And then the Oscars did nothing either. Y'all walk up to him like, yeah. They said that they asked him to leave, and he said no.
Oscars did nothing, and Chris said, "Nah, I'm not pressing no charges."
Well, listen, anybody that knows me, they know I am a bigger person when it comes to certain things. Like, watch this, Hawk. A certain situation happened. I'm not going to name the guy, but he did some real slimy, grimy shit to me, and this is supposed to be my boy. And we was working together, and we was working on this film, and I found out later because I was wondering why I did all the music, and they supposed to pay us a certain amount. I let him handle it because it was through his people. So he was actually in the movie. So I was like, okay, I'll let you handle that shit. Turns out later, they're using the music. They never paid us. And they end up telling me, they go, no, we paid y'all. I said, you didn't pay me.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know who it is.
So do I.
No, okay, so, but the reason I'm saying, I'm not even going to give him the pleasure of saying his name, but here's my shit. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, Sean, but Sean knew him for a long time as well. And Sean went like this to me. We had this whole project working on, me and the dude. And Sean was like, yo, hi. I could jump in the car and me and the goons could go to his house and we could get that. And we could get that money that he stole. All I kept thinking about is my big brother, Prince Marky D, who passed away, God bless him. When he got robbed by a quote unquote friend of ours who was stealing money from him. I'm from where I'm from, Brownsville. The guy was cool with me. I thought he was my boy, but once he stole from Mark, I was like, yo, Mark, so you ready? We gonna go over there and whip his ass? And river dance all over, because we knew the money was gone. He was taking the money out the bank, and the money was gone. So instead of trying to get the money back, we might as well just beat his ass. So Mark was like, nah, I'm trying to get this new home. He was trying to buy this luxury, beautiful house. And he goes, I feel God, this is God testing me. And if I go this route and go that way, I'm going to block these blessings that I've been given. So I thought of that. So I told Sean, I was like, nah, it's cool. I said, I'm gonna let karma handle that. But the difference between what I'm telling Sean, I'm gonna let Karma handle, is the guy who we talking about didn't do that to me on national TV in front of 30 million people. Because at the end of the day, all we have as men is our pride. Once you strip us down, because money don't make you. Money come and go. You pay bills, you can have businesses and companies, whatever. If you a lame ass broke, when you get money, you're gonna be a lame ass, you just gonna have money. Period. So all that extra shit, that money shit means nothing. What means is this: you as a man, and I would never disrespect you as a man and call you out your name or do these terrible things. And you went up on national TV. Watch this. Even if it was family, if I got up there and I'm at the Oscars or the Grammys, whatever, and I say some shit, and you walked up there because you didn't like what I said about your kids or about your wife, a joke, and you smack fire out me and you ain't gonna have no beef because me and you are family. But I can tell you this much: I ain't fucking with you no more. It's gonna take a long time, bro. You did it on national TV, bro. Chris Rock, how is he gonna live that down? He's a man out there trying to make a living, and every time he turn around, he got to deal with this fucking bullshit. So to me, if Will paid some sort of penalty for it, and he suffered a little bit, I would go like this: that man is human. Let it go. He paid his he paid his dude. He ain't paid nothing. Unless it's something that I didn't see. He ain't paid shit. So I ain't saying I ain't gonna go see Bad Boys because once Bad Boys come out, who knows? It could be next year. Maybe mentally, I'm past it. But dude, I'm dead serious. I don't like looking at him turns my stomach. Like you would think me and Chris Rock was like family or something like that. You would think, damn, calm down. And me and Chris Rock ain't no family like that. Just what you did to embarrass that man, to me, you gotta pay some sort of penalty for your actions, or I ain't fucking with you, bro. I'm good. So to me, no, it has not been enough time. And they shoot this Bad Boy shit.
Let me ask you this then. What is a satisfactory penalty in your mind?
All right, if remember when it first happened and we started getting word that they said that Bad Boys 4 got put on hold. And they said, Michael B. Jordan wanted to do a I Am Legend 2. We paused that. Let's say the movies that he had that was shot already, such as I'm about to say congratulations. Wasn't he mentioned?
Emancipation.
Emancipation. So let's say that movie, they go, we can't put this out right now. And they held that, which they have done for movies before. Like the X-Men movie, New Mutants. The shit was held for like 3 years, bro. By the time the movie came out, the kids who started it looked grown as a motherfucker. You know, when you're young, you could sprout up in a year or two.
Right.
So what I'm saying is they could still put the movie out. But what I'm saying is if his career suffered like that, where they going, holy shit, I'm supposed to start shooting this in September. Done. Bad Boy script supposed to be getting finished so we can start shooting. Done. Pause. Emancipation is supposed to be coming out. Pushed to next year. Now your brand is suffering. You can't get out there and do certain things, blah, 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 blah. Your stats is dropping. You know what I'm saying? They go, why would I use Will Smith when I could use Tom Cruise, goofy ass, he's the same box office draw as Will Smith. So they could go, remember, Will Smith was the one that was supposed to be Neo. Matrix. Oh, yeah. And Will turned it down. He was like, the biggest mistake I ever made. He turned that down to go shoot the Wild Wild West, which was doo-doo as fuck.
Well, not for nothing. I'm glad he turned it down.
Yeah, I can't see him doing Neo anyway.
Yeah,
which I love Will Smith. But okay, but let's get back.
But listen, Keanu Reeves ripped that shit. So
he fucking bodied that.
Yeah. So
but all I'm saying is if we kept hearing all this to the point where his career, his actions, he's paying for what he did. I would go like this. Shit, they did that. And after 2 years of that, I would go, okay, how much longer are they gonna hold it? Like he made a mistake. But dude, he went back on social media. He gives this fake ass speech. Like nothing that you're telling me, he suffered nothing. That's all I'm saying. If it got to the point where you seeing him some places, he's like this, looking like, I don't even care if he's a great actor. If he's on some Marlon Brando shit, every time you saw him, he was like, terrible what I did. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I go, he's feeling it. Even if he was lying, show me something. This motherfucker finished smacking fire out of him and was at the club like this. What was the song? Getting jiggy with it. He's holding the damn Oscar like this. Nah. That's some real sucker shit, bro. That's some. Then he makes a apology the next day. He apologized to the Academy and everybody, but not Chris Rock. To me, he got off too easy, bro. I'm sorry.
He did that, when he did that apology to Chris Rock, or what that little question and answer thing. You know, if you can picture in your head how it was set up, I was waiting for that nigga. I know the hog tie people.
He said, "I hog tied."
I don't know the hog tie people. What would a hog tie?
What would a hog tie? Nah, it's talking about R. Kelly, man. And that, yeah.
Oh, right, you heard? So you heard?
Yeah. Let's agree to disagree, and let's just move on to this next subject real quick. Okay. So, did you hear about? It ain't even funny, bro. That's my dude, man. I love R. Kelly.
Yo, it sounds like you about to start a bar joke. So you hear about the? Did you
hear the one about?
Right.
Yeah. Like, oh shit.
Did you hear the one about the?
Did you hear the one about the sidewalk?
People?
Did you hear the one about the sidewalk? That shit's all around town. Yeah, I know. But anyway.
All right. So R. Kelly has been I'm about to say committed. What is it? Found guilty and sentenced to.
And yeah, convicted, found guilty. Yes.
But this is the news case. He's found guilty, and he got
20 years.
20 years
in Chicago.
But they're going to be held consecutive with the 30 that he has, except for 1 year. Did you know that? Because when I first read the 20, I said, oh shit, that means he's going to be in there for 50 years? No. They're
going to run it together.
Yeah, it's going to be done all together. So
that's called concurrent.
Concurrent. And they add 1 year to it. So basically, he's doing, instead of 30 years, he's doing 31. Wow. He's still in there. R. Kelly's 50. Most black people live to about, 85?
Listen, but what we're failing to realize is he still has the federal case in Chicago, and he also has Minnesota. He has to go to trial in Minnesota as well.
I thought Minnesota is still going, but I thought they dropped the case in Chicago.
In Chicago, he has state and federal. They dropped state
and federal.
They dropped state. They dropped one.
All right, I got a question for y'all. Mm-hmm. Have y'all ever seen this TV show on Paramount Plus called The Mayor of Kingstown?
No, I keep wanting to click on it, but I ain't clicking on it.
Let me tell you something, bro. Oh, Mark, I'm about to say the owner. The lead actor, the lead star is Jeremy Renner, the one who played Hawkeye in the Avengers.
Yes.
All right. When I say this shit is crazy, bro, I can guarantee you, as people that know y'all, as your family, I promise you watch one episode, you're going to go, I'm in. Because the first thing I thought of, I was like, I don't want to see no show about no mayor of someplace called Kingstown. Like, that shit don't interest me. Nah, bro, it ain't that.
That's what I thought about Your Honor. Friend put me up on Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, crazy. Your Honor's crazy. But trust me, bro, Mayor of Kingstown is crazy. And the reason I'm bringing it up is he has a connection to all of the jails. He's the connect. He keeps shit right inside and in the street. So they call him the Mayor of Kingstown. He's not really the mayor, but they say he got even more power than the mayor.
He got the pull. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I say, excuse me, this shit is street shit, bro. People are getting killed and murdered. Like, I'm talking about crazy. This is crazy. But listen to what one dude said. This is what in regards of R. Kelly. One dude that was in jail, some shit was going wrong in the prison, and Jeremy Renner goes, yo, y'all gotta fix this, else he's gonna be charged, blah, 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 blah. And the black dude who was hustling crack, who Jeremy Renner knows who's in the street, he goes, the motherfucker's doing life. He don't care. He goes like, if you're gonna add something else onto it, who cares? He ain't never coming home. Right. Son, R. Kelly is like 54. He got 30 years. That means 84. Yeah. When you come out and you 84, your life is basically like you ain't been doing nothing. They already said you didn't handle your business correctly. So my point is them saying, oh, they still got these other cases. Blah, blah, blah. It don't matter.
At all.
It don't matter. You're in jail for the rest of your life. They just said Harvey Weinstein just got convicted again. And they giving him an extra 16 years. And I forgot how much he got, 20? But he's 20. Like 80 or 70 something. So they go, basically you're saying he's in jail for the rest of his life.
Right.
And he's so all I'm saying is you did the crime, do the time. I'm talking about R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, all of them. You do the, as much as I love Kel, you do all that, cancel R. Kelly. Let me tell you something. He should burn for the shit that he did, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I be in the bathroom cutting my hair like, seems like you're ready. I'll play R. Kelly.
But I'm gonna tell you, I got into a debate. It's weird. I got into a debate right before I came on the show tonight with two women, and we were talking about him being charged. You have so many women, which it irks me. You have so many women that be like, they doing him so wrong. But I'm like, you got daughters. What are you talking about? And if my daughter's hot in the pants, then she get what she. I don't get it. But moving past that,
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Though.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But as far as why are all these states still prosecuting? I used to say the same thing. Well, if he's 50 and he got 50 years, you know what I'm saying? What difference do it make? What we have to understand is this, and Hawk, you know this. The victims from the other states don't give a fuck what the math add up to. He need to pay for what he did to me. Fact. Just because the New York victims got their just due. What about me?
Keep talking.
Yeah, the New York victims got their just due. What about me? You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. He got 80 years already. Bring his ass to Minnesota and make him pay for what he did to me.
That's it in a nutshell. That's it right there. It doesn't matter what he got there. He still needs to face charges and his victims over there. That's the bottom line, because they deserve justice just as much as everyone else did. And so that's why it doesn't matter what he got over here. You still got to be tried by a court, by a jury of your peers, and face those charges.
Can I?
And that's what it is.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'll leave it alone. Free R. Kelly. No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna say this. I'm joking. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. As much as y'all know, anybody who knows me, who knows my career, y'all know I love Kel. That's my dude. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. He deserves to pay for everything he did. That's one. But I'm more in belief of when you go to the upper room, like everything. Like I remember being in church as a kid. Of all places, Uncle Clifford's church. And I remember them showing me this little pamphlet. And a guy had passed away. And he's sitting there and he's in a room and they show him this movie. They showing a movie.
All the things he did.
All the things he did in his life.
I saw that before too.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, right. But my point is, I'm pretty certain, no matter what, the worst you could say to me is that at a certain age in my life, I might have been a dog. I ain't never killed nobody. I ain't never do no body harm intentionally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I might have been protecting myself, whatever. I'm talking about these bad things that people do. So I'm way more, I believe you should pay while you're here too, but I'm just saying, I'm way more, you know, the people who get off, who's walking around right now, like cops who have killed people and who's gotten off. What I'm saying to you that I go, it ain't over yet. You have to understand when you leave here, that's just what I believe.
But I'm gonna say this as well. With people like R. Kelly, so our system is fucked, right? justice system is fucked in
big
so
time.
many ways. Because so there's two elements to this, right? He committed multiple crimes, but he's also sick, right? So I just told the people that I had this conversation with prior to me coming here, I said, listen, I would feel better because let's say if he only got 20 years, right? Or 10. That just means he's going to jail for 10 years, and when he come home, he's still going to be a pedophile. Fact. He's going to be an older pedophile.
Right.
I think the justice system should go like this. All right, New York gave you 60 years, for example. After you completed 15 years of treatment for your goddamn medulla oblongata, if the doctor says you're cured, then we can talk about early release. Because you got to get this fixed, or else you're still going to come home.
You're going to be.
That's
what people don't realize about prison. Yeah.
It's not about it. So like this. Watch this. If I'm a drug dealer and I get 20 years, I get 20 years. There's no way you can stop me from being a drug dealer. Matter of fact, when I come home, I got to sell more drugs. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it. But if I do something that has something to do with my mental, that needs to be fixed because y'all are not fixing that in there. Y'all are not. And they talk about the budget, and man, I can go through this bureaucratic bullshit for days. But it's not. I wouldn't give a fuck if they give him 100 years. Let's say if your body was able to let you live to be 300. They give him 100 years. He's gonna come home and be a 100-year-old pedophile. He might not be able to catch them bitches the way he did. They might be a little too fast for him.
He won't be able to do shit with it.
Right. Right.
Sit still. This Viagra should kick in about 20, 30 minutes.
His piss gonna have to come out of one of them bags, nigga.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I hear what you're saying, but I gotta say this, and this is obviously based on my own experience. I don't know about local jails, state jails, but in the federal system, whatever we think your ass needs, it's going to be recommended to the judge to sentence him to that at the time of sentence. So if you need some sort of psychiatric help while you're doing your time, then the judge is going to not recommend, he's going to put that in the sentence. He's going to demand that. And so it's going to be, it's become a requirement of your sentence. So now, while you're doing time, you must be placed in a facility where they have psychotherapy so your ass can be treated because it's part of your sentence.
And that's true, but the problem is, and you're 100% right, but we all know the feds got more money than state.
Yes.
You have a way bigger budget.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers don't mind going to the feds. They call it Club Fed instead of Club Med because that you go there, you get the lobsters, and you get to play fucking.
Listen, that's hype. I'm telling you now, that's hype.
Well, y'all don't get no motherfucking Jack Mac. That's for goddamn sure.
So here's the thing: there's certain penitentiaries. There's certain penitentiaries that you just don't want to go to.
Even feds.
Yes, and there's some federal pens that you just don't want to go to. Okay, I can tell you one, and it's not even one of the most notorious ones. The one in PA, and what was it, Allentown or Allenton?
Allentown.
Allentown. You don't want to go there. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to go there.
Really?
It's Allentown is where Words got stabbed up, huh?
Okay.
Yep, he did. I was about to say,
you don't want to go there. All right, and I can name a couple others, but you get my point.
Got
it. There are certain federal prisons that are camps. All right, that and like for example, what's the old girl's name? Older white woman.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. She was in the camp. In fact, she was in the same camp with
not Little Kim. Was it Lil Kim?
Yes.
Lil Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lil Kim.
Word?
They did. They both in the camp. Yeah.
Yeah, so
They
long
both.
ago, I don't even remember.
It was Lil Kim.
They're both in a camp. Okay. And I mean, literally, you just walk around. You got dorms. You got a cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can crochet and play hopscotch and all that other bullshit. It's a straight camp. Okay. And they both did like 6 months and they were out. That is way different from some of the most notorious federal systems in the country. The hard-nosed criminals, your major drug dealers, your kingpins, your murderers, your cats from the mob.
Yeah.
They don't go to those camps. B.
Oh.
Nah.
Hold on, wait. I gotta say something to the people. I'm looking at the time, and I was planning on surprising y'all, saying that this was going to be a two-parter, because I knew it was a couple things that we were going to tackle. I'm thankful that I brought the Will Smith up, because I didn't know we was going to go that long. I didn't know that you two was going to.
That was cool.
I didn't know y'all was going to be that fucking blind. Sorry, but no, I'm joking. But listen, this is a two-parter. So we're going to end the episode now, and we're going to be back next week for another episode. Well, no, the episode going to be taped today, but what I'm saying is that it'll come out the following. Right. So I want to give a big shout out, and then we'll talk about, on the next episode, we'll talk about what drinks we have, with everything. I appreciate, Sean, you being here. Don't go nowhere, because we're going to sign out to all the people, and we're going to pick up on part 2. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody. And I love the fact that you guys are tuning in. We're trying to expand it more, because we really want to do live content. And I got a big announcement that's going to happen on the next episode, something that me and Hawk are doing. So thank you, Sean. I'm about to say Sean Arthur, right? Sean A. Wright, because you say they called you Arthur. Remember? Yeah, they go Arthur. Arthur's in the building. Anyway, and my partner in crime, my big cuz, Hawk, is in the building, man. I want to say shout out to everybody, and we will see y'all next week for part 2.
Yep.
Right here.
All right, everybody.
All right, peace out.
Don't go nowhere. Peace.
Peace.